Hello, everyone. My name is Tanika Charles. I have a debilitating fear of shag rug, and I'm incredibly excited for my debut at Toronto Mic'd.
There's no shag carpeting in the Toronto Mic'd studio. You're safe here. It's a safe space for Tanika Charles. Shag, I just think of Austin Powers when you say shag. Like, shagalicious, baby.
Oh my goodness.
Welcome to episode 1943 of Toronto Mic'd, an award-winning podcast, proudly brought to you by Great Lakes Brewery. Order online at greatlakesbeer.com for free local home delivery in the GTA. Palma Pasta. Enjoy the taste of fresh, homemade Italian pasta and entrees from Palma Pasta in Mississauga and Oakville. Visit palmapasta.com for more. Toronto Maple Leafs baseball. Catch a game at Christie Pitts this summer. No ticket required. Fusion Corp's own Nick Ioannis. He's the host of Building Toronto Skyline. And Mike and Nick, two podcasts that you ought to listen to. RecycleMyElectronics.ca. Committing to our planet's future means properly recycling our electronics of the past. And Ridley Funeral Home. Pillars of the community since 1921. Joining me today, making her Toronto Mic'd debut, it's Juno Award nominee Tanika Charles. Hello, Tanika.
Hello.
Tell me about the shag carpeting fear. Like, when did you realize you're not a fan of shag carpeting?
The thing is, I don't know where this fear came from, but my younger brother is also just as afraid of it. Yes, and certain colored towels.
Okay, well, I have no idea where to go with this different colored towels, but I can guess that if you ever, as a young person, now you're very young, like I'm surprised you even encountered shag carpeting, because this is like a 70s thing. You weren't around in the 70s. I could do math. But, Tanika, like, what if there were little pieces of Lego hiding in the shag carpeting and you'd be barefoot walking on the carpeting and then you'd hit Lego that you couldn't see because it was hiding in the shag carpeting?
Yes, that means the carpet's dirty. Hasn't been cleaned, and there lies the fear.
Yeah. So in addition to the Lego, who knows what else is lurking there? There could be insects. Who knows? Dust mites. Let's not even think about it. But I think it's a healthy fear you have.
Right. I actually left a tour. I was in South Africa. Yes. And the friend whose house we stayed at, his entire place, brown shag.
Okay.
I lasted a day.
Okay, so you went back in a time machine to the 1970s. Yeah, I don't blame you. That's come on. There's a reason. I think it's just I think now that as I think it through, it's unhealthy. Like, you can't. There's no vacuum powerful enough to clean a shag carpeting so that the dust mites and the everything gets cleaned. So I think your fear. I don't know what to say about the colored towels. Like, that's just go see a therapist.
I know. It's true.
Listen, this is cheaper than therapy. I'm going to talk you through all this. Okay.
Thank you.
I'm going to drop a name on you, and you're going to tell me you've never heard this name, but I'm going to do it anyways because I want to just tell everybody what I did last night, and then we're going to get into it because you've had such a great career, and I got some songs loaded up, and I got questions. But have you ever heard of the name Samoa Joe?
No, I haven't.
Okay. So yesterday night, I was on college at the Royal Theatre because Samoa Joe was there. He I don't know if he's active actually, but he's a professional wrestler, and he was the focus of a Dark Side of the Ring episode directed by FOTM Hall of Famer Stu Stone. So we saw the episode at the theater, and then there was a Q&A with Samoa Joe. And even though I haven't followed wrestling since the mid to late 80s, I loved this episode of Dark Side of the Ring, and I loved this match I never heard of, and I know these names will mean absolutely nothing, but Samoa Joe and Necro Butcher.
What a name.
This guy's something else. So I had a great time. So I just want to say thanks to Stu for the ticket, and just let the listenership know, Stu Stone, director of that episode, in the basement Thursday afternoon. So these are names you're like, who's Stu Stone? Who's Samoa Joe? Who's Necro Butcher? You have no idea where you are, Tanika, but here we go. All right, here's where I want to go with you. I got the songs loaded up, but I just want to get this right. You're raised in Edmonton?
I was raised in Edmonton, born here. Family moved out there, work for sure. And as soon as I could, I moved away.
Okay, how soon was that?
How old was I?
How old are you when you leave Alberta and come back to Toronto?
I'm 17.
That's very young.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of life happened out there, and I was ready to step away.
Okay, and you were very, very young, I suppose, when you moved out there with the family.
Yes, baby.
Okay, so born in Toronto, I guess the family moves to Alberta for work, and at 17, you're like, I'm going back to the big smoke.
Done. But I didn't go to the big smoke.
Okay, where did you go?
I went to Vancouver.
Oh, okay. How was that?
It was like formative years, I believe. It was incredible. I met a lot of fantastic people out there. That is where I was told that maybe I should be a singer, because that was not something that is.
I was going to ask
on my mind,
when did you get the bug?
It was a friend that heard me humming around the house, an ex-boyfriend actually, and he's like, "Why don't you try?" And I'm like, "Why would I do that?" You know, you hear about a career in music isn't profitable in any way. Like, you can't live like this. Yeah. And then I don't know, perhaps that was just maybe the route that I was supposed to go. Formed a little group with a couple of friends, and we did it as a pastime, and then it just became real.
So wait, this happens in Vancouver?
Yeah.
Okay, so in Vancouver, your boyfriend's like, you got a sweet voice, and then you sort of, you didn't really consider it, but then you put together a little group, you start singing.
Yeah.
So how long are you in Vancouver for?
Oh, I see what you're trying to do here, trying to add up how old I am. Hey, I see. I was there for 7 years.
That's a long, okay, so my goodness gracious. I thought it was sort of like a Toronto to Edmonton, back to Toronto thing, but no, you're spending 7 years in Vancouver.
It was, so born Toronto, Edmonton, Vancouver, Toronto, back to Edmonton, and then back to Toronto.
Okay, why the return? We're going to get into the music, obviously, but I need to know about Canadian geography. And it just so happens, as we speak, 2 of my children are in Edmonton right now.
Hey.
Apparently a lot of mosquitoes there.
The worst.
But 15 times more than usual due to some kind of a ridiculously rainy July.
Yeah.
Or something. You've heard this. Like, it's really madhouse there. But why the return to Edmonton?
So I think when I'd moved to Toronto the first time, it wasn't my time to move. Life is very interesting because it leads you on these paths, and I don't think that was the path that I was supposed to take, because I moved there for a boy. And
I've heard this story before, Tanika.
Yeah, so I'm like, this is the worst year. I didn't know a lot of people, and I moved back to Edmonton
for a boy.
Oh yeah, no. I was like, I'm gonna get my life right and figure out what I need to do with myself. And sorry, I missed I actually went back to Vancouver.
Okay, wait. So just so again, we're gonna get to the music. Okay, but Toronto, you're born. Okay,
yeah.
Edmonton for work. I guess your father's working, or somebody in the family's working out in Edmonton. You're too young to be working out there, so you're there. 17 years old. You go to Vancouver.
Yeah.
But then you come back to Toronto. Yeah. But then you go back to Vancouver or Edmonton?
I went back to Edmonton.
Back to Edmonton.
Yes.
And then you go to Vancouver before coming back here.
That's right.
Okay, you know what? I got to write this down, Tanika, honestly.
You really should. I've had such an interesting life. Such an interesting life. And I know that I move often because growing up we moved a lot. So it was easy for me.
Well, okay, so I'm curious about, so you're in Vancouver when you realize I can sing. So that's 7 years. That's a substantial amount, because you're young, a lot younger than I am. Let's put it that way. Okay. I'm surprised you even know what shag carpeting is. Okay. But it sounds like you had a bad experience. But please tell me, what do you do with this gift? You clearly have the gift. I'm going to be playing some of your music shortly. So what do you do with this gift in Vancouver?
Nothing. I just sang around places with friends, and I was given a lot of really cool opportunities, like opening for Digital Underground.
Shock G.
Yeah, the best guy. I was pretty heartbroken.
Yeah, keep talking. I'm just going to dig something up here.
Yeah, sure. When he'd passed, but it was a lot of fun because there's a club in Vancouver called Richards on Richards, and they were performing, and I remember backstage they gave us like a bag of chicken, and like that spray foam, and they were like, pass out the chicken and spray people down, and it was wow, what a wild time. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Somewhere back, so it's behind the Maestro actually, but absolutely, I have the 12-inch single for "Do What You Like."
Oh yeah, of course you do. It's one of my favorite albums. Honestly, that's really cool that you have.
Yeah, I have it.
Yeah.
Everything would fall down. It's right behind the Drop the Needle there.
Yeah.
It's beside the Let Your Backbone Slide. But I love Digital Underground. That's where Tupac got to start.
Are you? So this I don't know.
Yeah, Tupac got his first ever recorded rap that you could purchase was on a Digital Underground album.
Like I can find that?
Yeah, 100%. I would do it for you, but it would be too embarrassing. But
why?
Tupac, go ahead. When I clown around, same song.
Were you just about to?
Yeah, I was just remembering what it's called. So the song's called Same Song, Digital Underground.
Same song.
You got it.
Yep.
There's a verse. That's the first verse by Tupac.
I am so excited to hear this.
Okay, because I'm older than you, but when I first was listening to Sex Packets.
That's my favorite.
That's the album, right?
That is the one.
Okay, so I love the Digital Underground time. I was shocked. Yeah, I didn't know him like you did, but when Shock G died, I'm like, this is too young for Shock G to be dying. This is too bad. But I love the idea he had this like alter ego, right? So you'd have like Shock G and Humpty Hump going back and forth. And I definitely remember like when I clued in that, it's the same guy.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like it's not obvious for I was in high school if Humpty Dance was blowing up or whatever, but I'm like, that's Shock G.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And this is so exciting.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's cool that you got to perform with Digital Underground.
Yes. Had a lot of really interesting experiences out in Vancouver. Like I didn't know that this person was as famous as he was, but Dilla stayed at my house.
Okay, yeah.
We had the name of, why is the band?
Wow. Bachman Turner Overdrive. I'm just going to name bands now.
The name of the band that Dilla was in. Thank you. Slum Village.
Yeah.
They had a show in Vancouver and needed a place to stay, and we were really good friends with the promoter. And we had a really huge condo, so they stayed with us, and I didn't know anything about them,
right?
Until I went out to their show and was like, "What is this?"
Right.
Oh man!
But now you got to tell the listenership who's that third voice. Like because you spoke to God there for a moment.
Oh, sorry about that. It's my manager.
Okay, so this guy's your manager.
Yeah.
Another Mike.
And partner.
Okay, and partner.
Yeah.
Lucky man. Okay, lucky guy. Now newfound respect for Michael over there here. So okay, that explains. So I'm gonna let everybody know there is a third person
sorry
in the
about
room.
that, everyone.
No, there's no this is the whole idea of Toronto Mike as we tear down the walls, and there's no BS going on here. We can, we're not alone here in this universe, Tanika. Okay, there's a Michael in the room. Two Michaels, actually.
It's exciting.
Okay, so you're going to drop, from the Vancouver era, you're going to drop any other names on me? Because you're blowing my mind of Digital Underground because I was a huge fan.
I'm a huge fan.
Tommy Boy Records.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of, we didn't open for him, but hung out with Snoop for a while.
Okay.
And
did you get high with Snoop?
I did not.
What?
But at this very same club, he was gathering a bunch of women to join his harem. So he would just point at someone, and then I have to say because I was like, yeah. We would all just walk behind him as he walked around the club, picking women just to follow him around. I was young. You
got to hope that's just for a harem here.
It was hilarious. And he is so nice. Busta Rhymes, nice.
Busta Rhymes, there's some Kaya festival coming up or something, and Busta's on the bill.
Okay.
But I saw Busta on the bill, but I think Busta's not going to visit the basement. But Julie Black is on the bill. Oh. And I'm like, Julie Black is somebody who needs to make her Toronto Mike debut.
Oh my gosh. I thought she had already had. No. This is major.
She was on. Okay, so it's funny because just a moment ago I rapped with Donovan Bailey for his show. Julie Black did Donovan's show, but hasn't yet agreed to do Toronto Mike. So no Julie Black yet. And she's not an FOTM, but Tanika, you're an FOTM. Can I get to some music and then we'll find out more about your story as we kind of, because I'm curious about a certain neighborhood in Toronto. So I'm going to play a little Tanika Charles, and then we're going to talk. I biked through this neighborhood last night on my way home from the Royal, but here we go.
woke up in the usual way. Whole world's looking the same. Looking in on my day-to-day. Money I make burns away. Gotta pay rent today. Wanna make moves but I can't. Your love keeps me safe. Love to love you but I gotta get paid. Paid. Working on a gang. Working downtown on Queen. I gotta get paid. I gotta get paid. Working on the chain gang, living in Parkdale. Living in Parkdale. Grab my bike, hit the pavement, roll the fresh, cop the shade.
Hey girl, ain't that hot?
Yes it is. We got the chopping but I couldn't stay. Wanna say to your face, you're the one that takes the cake. My world good today. Glad you love me, but I gotta get paid. Paid. Working on a gang, working downtown on Queen. I gotta get paid. I gotta get paid. Working on the chain gang, living in Parkdale.
Okay, couple of questions. Tanika Charles, were you living in Parkdale?
I certainly was.
So is this the first time back to Toronto you were living in Parkdale?
Yes. Yes, it is.
And did you get paid?
Sure. Sometimes.
Sometimes. That's who's dropping the rhymes here?
Oh, this is Ian James. Ian James Jones. He is one of the most prolific artists in this city, and I just hope more people, find out and discover who he is.
Well, we're doing that right now.
Yes.
Tanika, shout out Ian James Jones?
Yes, Ian James Jones.
Too many names. 3 names there, okay?
I James Jones.
Name. Okay. I have a son named James, so shout out to, yeah. But
Shout out
Parkdale,
James.
so just tell me a little bit about living in Parkdale. I have a great affinity to Park. Like I said, I literally biked through it yesterday. Got a great affinity for Parkdale.
Parkdale was a great time. Again, I met some phenomenal friends to this day in this area. We lived in a 3-bedroom right on the corner of Queen and Jameson. It was $1,100 a month.
Yeah.
It was huge and riddled with
The good old days.
Yeah, the good old days until
When you could afford to live in Toronto.
right.
As a starving artist.
Oh my gosh. And just it was so vibrant and mad and exciting, and I loved coming home every night, and I loved hearing the screams in the middle of the night and people losing their minds. It was just such a time. And it has changed so much.
What is that apartment going to cost today?
I'm gonna say it's rough. So
Yeah, but I still think
Like-
you're north of $2,000, like, right? You're like
yeah, for sure, for
maybe
sure.
$2,500.
I was gonna say $2,500 a month.
I'm feeling it too.
Yeah, it was. Actually, that place was really great, but it was riddled with drama.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I was, whenever I need medical assistance, I go to St. Joe's Health Center, and I see the Parkdale people
Right.
there all night long. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that song Parkdale, just so we talk about the music and the business, like, so tell me where you're at when you record Parkdale. Like, give us how did you get there?
So I was singing backup for a lot of people. And a friend of mine was like, maybe we should try to put you like in a retro soul kind of vibe. And at the time, I shouldn't even say retro. It was like, I really love hip hop. I'm a beat junkie through and through.
Yeah.
I also love like the retro era. I love Motown, and I wanted to kind of like marry the two genres together.
Right.
But I still wanted to have like a hip hop influence in there too. So I wanted you to have like this vintage feel, but I wanted you to
Mary
nod
J.
your
Blige.
head. One of my faves.
Yeah, I hear it.
Right. So I was introduced to this producer named Daryl, and he went by Giggs, Daryl Dennis Giggs, and he made music that spoke to me. So I wasn't sure like how the whole sample world worked, but at the time I didn't care. I just wanted to make something.
Right.
And he produced this song, Parkdale, and it was hype. Recorded it, played it around for a bunch of friends, got on some DJs lists, and it just kind of blew up. So much so that there's a sign in Parkdale on the corner of Queen and Jameson with the lyrics. I don't know if it's still there. I haven't been there in a while.
Well, I'm going to bike there maybe later today.
Yeah. Like
I'm going to go look for this.
Look for the sign. See if it's there. If not, I'll send you a photo.
Oh, yeah, send me a photo.
Yeah.
So when you said you were singing backups before you record this, is this from what?
Yeah. I was singing backup for Bedouin Sound Clash for a while.
They've been on the show.
I know.
Okay.
And
I like their music too, except for the Zellers ad. I know you got to make money.
Zellers
ad. You don't know this one? They're one of the When the Night Feels My Song was used in a big Zellers campaign.
I feel like that song's been around a lot. Yeah.
You know what? Sometimes you got to pay the rent though, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I get it.
Hey, got to do what you got to do.
Okay, so you're doing backup vocals for Bedouin Sound Clash.
Yeah, and I just love Jay so much because he, after, performing with him for a couple of years, he basically put me on a stage opening up for him. I think the venue was called like Black Betty or something to that effect on King Street. I'm not quite sure. It's not there anymore. And I'm not saying that, me opening up for him, my career took off, but it definitely exposed me to a new crowd.
And at this point, are you using the stage name, Ms. Charles?
I'm using Ms. Charles.
Okay.
Ms. Charles is a very, very different person.
Well, tell me the differences between this woman I'm talking to right now and Ms. Charles.
Okay, so to be completely honest, I wore lingerie on stage.
Okay.
And I drank a lot. And it was like not good. It was definitely a persona that people loved to see because it's like I'm acting and I'm doing all this stuff. But I think at the same time, I was kind of losing myself.
Interesting.
Right. Like I love classy and I love 1950s and I wanted to kind of embody that, but I wanted to also be sober but still, have a like branding.
Well, you could stick water in those wine bottles, right?
Well, you would think, right? But it's like I was freer,
right,
when I was a little bit intoxicated,
right.
But then it became to a point where it's like, I'm screaming my head off on stage, and Ms. Charles is my manager at the time. He's like, "Oh my gosh, I've got this great idea. We're gonna have your T-shirts are gonna have a heart with a knife through it saying, Ms. Charles is one badass bitch." I'm like, that is not what I want for myself. No. So I kind of had to let go of that whole Ms. Charles thing because I wanted to connect with people when performing instead of passing out after I was done or drinking even more,
right. Do you still drink?
Not really. I'll have one after a show because I can't sing if I drink before.
Okay. Well, this is the awkward segue for me to tell you I'm sending you home with some craft beer.
I'm so excited about this, though.
I think Michael's more excited over there. He's got his hand on. So Great Lakes Brewery sent over fresh craft beer. It's brewed right here in Southern Etobicoke.
Oh, right on.
So that's going home with you. And real quick, because I'm itching to kick out this next jam here, which I know is going to be I should point out, what?
Yeah.
Am I saying it right?
You
Okay,
are.
that's an EP here, but we're going to get to we're going to kick it up a notch in a minute here. But I do have in my freezer upstairs a large frozen lasagna from Palma Pasta. So you're leaving here with delicious Italian food and fresh craft beer, Tanika Charles.
I mean, this is wonderful.
Did anyone give you the heads up
Thank you.
that you were going to get this kind of swag here?
I did not know. I heard, but I didn't know.
No.
Does everybody get this?
Everybody who comes in person gets this.
Ayo.
Yeah, tell that to
Thank
Julie
you.
Black next time you're chatting
I
with her.
certainly will.
All right. Also, quickly here, then I'm going to play a song and we're going to talk about it. This book is on the history of Toronto Maple Leafs baseball. I was there Saturday night at Christie Pitts to take in the Leafs game. It is absolutely free to go to Christie Pitts and watch this very entertaining, high-caliber baseball happening right in your city, Tanika Charles.
Hey, right on.
So you're going to be well-versed in Toronto Maple Leafs baseball when you leaf through that book.
I'm excited. Thank you.
Pun intended. Leaf through. See what I did there? Okay. Geez, no wonder I'm an award-winning podcaster. Okay. And last but not least, on the gift front, I have a measuring tape for you, Tanika, from Ridley Funeral Home pillars of this community since
you.
1921.
Hey, you know what? I have a desire to be a bodybuilder. And I need to start measuring my waist.
Okay, because you can make that dream happen.
Yeah, so this is great.
You just gotta lift weights. Okay, I'll join you maybe. I need to lift some weights too. Okay, you ready for another jam?
Yes.
Here we go. I should be talking this up.
It's a very long.
Oh yeah, what if I pulled the right one? Hold
I
on.
think you pulled the instrumental for sure.
Really?
I could sing it for you.
No, well, would you?
Run, 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 run.
All right, stand by here. We're gonna fix this very quickly, Tanika. That's not the first mistake I made this week, so okay. Hold on. Soul Run. I pull the instrumental, you don't say. Okay, you know what? I gotta start checking out these files before I load them in here. Stand by. We're gonna get this right because I'm gonna pull it from YouTube. Okay.
Okay.
So let's hear what we have here. You'll tell me if I got the right version.
Okay. Yeah, that intro was really
I was
long.
gonna say I should be talking this up here. Oh, this is actually.
Oh no.
No, stand by. That's 0 for 2. I'm gonna play the video.
Yes.
Because you can't go wrong with the video. There you are. I see the streetcar in the background. Okay, so it's the video, so you get this kind of noise. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm going to watch the video.
Once lived my life on the prairies.
Here we go.
Not by choice. He told me we gon' get married. I was low. Left behind kitchen doors. Got a woman feeling back and weary. Cooking that crab meat, drinking the bath. Flew in a trailer full of a blast. Flies on the window, feels like that. Tiny chicks are running. Yeah. I'm on the road again. I can never go back. Never. I'm on the road again. I can never go back. Never. I'm on the road again. I can never go back. Never. No more, no more. Said, baby, you're a cold one, but I had to leave that town. Take it to the road, so run, so run. So run, so run.
What a Toronto video.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right in Parkdale too.
Yeah, Skyline Restaurant. There it is. You're on the. So you don't need a permit for that. You just record in a streetcar, right?
Yeah, renegade style.
No, that's how Nirvana, the band, the movie does it. You know?
Yeah.
They just do it. They don't get any. They don't bother this permit nonsense. Okay, tell me about Soul Run, and just give me the whole vibe. What happens when this blows up? This is amazing.
Oh wow, this is the song that actually set it off. So this is about me living on a farm just outside of Edmonton. I was engaged. I was ready to settle down, I thought, and then I wasn't.
Right.
And that's when I
went
actually
to Edmonton for this boy, and this is the boy that you're going to settle down.
Yes, you know the story. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm listening.
I love that. And I left. I came here, and this is when I started like thinking about making music for real. I was feeling a little bit more comfortable in my body and my voice, and we'd released this album. I'm trying to I have to get this timeline right because a lot has happened since that album was released.
Okay, the preview single comes out in 2015,
Yeah.
late 2015.
Yeah. And then there was a label in Italy that heard this song, and then they heard the album, and I was like, I don't want to, give up my masters and all of that business, and I wasn't sure if I trusted who this company was, this organization, this label. And so I spoke to a really good friend, and he's like, you know what do you have to lose? Give it a shot. So we'd signed up with Record Kicks and toured extensively in Europe. Managed to snag a KFC commercial.
Really?
Yes. And the Soul Run is like the greatest creation of my life.
Okay, and this is obviously the album's called Soul Run as well. Did you know
Yes.
Colonel Sanders lived in Mississauga for a good chunk of his later life?
Come on.
Yeah.
You have really interesting pieces
Oh,
of
I
information.
just talk to
That's
lots of
great.
people. I retain the interesting stuff, and then everything else
Wow.
just falls out here. But you mentioned this is the big break, so I didn't know about the KFC ad. That's amazing. But
Mm-hmm.
you're everywhere. I mean, you're on Q.
Yes.
How is Gian Gomeshi?
Well, I didn't speak to Gian Gameshi.
Okay, who did you speak to?
I spoke
What year is
to,
this?
Shad.
Okay, you're post. Okay.
Yeah.
I like Shad. Shad's been on the program.
Yeah.
I like Shad very much, actually. Okay,
So nice.
So you're post Gian here. You might have dodged a bullet there. Okay.
Yeah.
And what's key here is that this album, Soul Run, which is the big break, you got. I guess you made the long list for the 2016 Polaris Music Prize.
Right? And I was also nominated for a Juno.
Yeah.
And the wild thing is I was in a theater piece called Freedom Singer with a good friend, Kari McClelland. And we were on the road, and I received a message from my PR, and she's like, yeah, you've been nominated. And I'm like, what do you mean? For a Juno? For a Juno. Wasn't even thinking about that. I could barely focus when I was on stage because I'm like, this is so insane. Just a wonderful experience.
Who won that Juno? Do you remember?
Do I want to remember?
Well, I might get my voodoo doll here. Give me
I
a name
think-
here. Who beat you? This, by the way, I should tell the listenership. This is R&B Soul Recording of the Year. It's the 2017 Juno Awards. I could look this up, but I want to know if you remember who beat you.
I think it was The Weeknd.
Oh, you know what though? I can see that. You know, they got to jump on the big international name of the moment.
Right, but
I see that.
It was like, it was cool being the only woman on the nominee list. I think it was. There was Daniel Caesar, The Weeknd.
Oh my, yeah. Those are big names.
Yeah. So it was cool.
It was an honor just to be nominated.
Absolutely.
Okay.
100%.
You got that written down in front of you. Just say that line. That's what they tell you, the PR people. Just say it was an honor to be nominated. Okay. It's
true.
Okay, no bullshit on the show here. All right. So how professionally, how do things change for you when Soul Run? I didn't know about the KFC ad. I got to track this down.
Yeah, it's hilarious. So Freedom Singer's done. The play is over. And I am now on the road with Johnny Reed singing backup. And we were in a stadium. I don't even remember what stadium it was. And we're all having dinner. And then this commercial comes on. And I was like, that song sounds really familiar. And so I call Michael, my manager, and I was like,
This guy right here.
this guy right here? And I'm like, did we get a KFC commercial? And he's like, yeah, absolutely. So of course, I'm like, all of these really cool things happen when I'm busy. So, I had to wait to get home after a 2-month tour to celebrate. And I feel like I want to speak about manifesting and intention, but I'm not familiar with this life until recently. Like, I've heard all about it. I know, you write down your dreams and your wishes and whatnot, but to actually see something come to fruition is really a very special, and I think it's a bit of a phenomenon. I don't know. I was in such a good place. I was doing what I loved. I loved singing backup. I loved making music. And then all of these incredible things just started happening. I was doing theater pieces, theater work, just on a really good musical trajectory. And that's all I got. That's all I got.
Tanika, it's more than, like, obviously this manifest idea is like, okay, I don't know, you write it down or whatever. But you're writing it down, but you're also working your ass off.
Yeah. Yes.
But like, so writing it down is not enough.
No.
You have to, so if you didn't write it down and you just worked your ass off, you'd still be where you are today.
Do you think?
Yeah.
I mean,
Like it's the working your ass off. First of all, you have to have the talent. So you knew that in Vancouver, okay? People, you're like, hey, you got a beautiful voice, okay? So now you have to have the talent, okay? You got the talent, then you work your ass off. Talent plus hustle equals, in an ideal world, it equals success, opportunity, and you made the most of it.
I'm realizing that now.
Oh.
So living in this musical, artistic, creative world, you often, at least for myself, I never take the time to recognize the wins and the work that's been done previously. I often dwell in like this dark place, like I'm not doing enough, or I'm seeing everybody else doing all these amazing things and I'm not a part of that. It's unfortunate that I also, suffer with a little bit of imposter syndrome. And again, I'm working on believing in myself. So, yeah.
But the imposter syndrome, like, you could sing right now. You're not AI. Like, there's no auto tuning or any AI enhancement. Like, your voice is your voice. It's legit, right?
I think so.
Okay. So where exactly? I'm just wondering where the imposter syndrome comes from, because I mean it's very common. I hear it a lot. But, I think I have it to some degree as well. But your voice is your voice. When you're in the shower and you're singing, that's Tanika Charles.
Yeah. But it's also, sometimes I feel like, I listen to some of my favorite singers and I'm like, wow, they sound so beautiful. The tone is wonderful. Why do I sound the way that I do? Why don't I think my voice is nice? Like sometimes I'll hear it and I'm like, I can't stand it.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's and then I think like, have I been gaslit this whole time? Like, why do people think that this is a nice voice to hear,
Okay. Can we do an exercise together then?
Yeah, of course.
I'm going to watch you listen to this song, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to watch closely here.
Boy, I gotta tell me something. We've been going back and forth too long. Yeah. What gave you the gumption? You're stringing me along. Yeah.
What's that?
I've never heard this version.
I'll be waiting on you.
I'm full of surprises today, Tanika.
Yeah, you are.
I'm blaming my producer for anything you don't like.
And if you were sure you'd give me more, and I'd ask it too much. Stop stringing me along.
So you're hearing this version for the first time?
For the very first time.
But do you recognize the voice? So you know what I do? Typically, I go see what's popular on YouTube. Like, what are people listening to? Like, because that's, to me, the best idea of what's vibing with people is what are people click and play on here. So this is popular on YouTube.
Come on.
How do you think I got it?
This is insane to hear right now. This is popular.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's why I pulled it, because the people tell me this is a jam.
Oh my gosh. Why am I ready to cry
but how
right now?
You feel free to cry, okay? But here, you got to tell me.
Yeah.
So this particular version, this remix, if you will, is foreign to you. You don't know it.
No.
I got better things to do. And if you were sure you'd give me more, and I'd ask it too much. Stop stringing me along.
Because you know it's a bop, Tanika.
Wow.
So when you listen to this, if you just pretend it's somebody else, would you agree this is good?
I would.
Okay, so let's get rid of this imposter syndrome bullshit. Let's just throw it in the garbage. Okay? Because this is you.
That's wild.
I don't know who the hell's remixing you that you're like, what am I listening to? That's wild to me.
Yeah.
I mean, first I pull an instrumental and then I blow your mind with this.
Yep.
Who knows what's coming next? I do have another jam. I got a couple of jams I want to ask you about.
Sure.
But, all right, let's roll into another one and see if I can. It's something else you've never heard. Hold on here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Good. Phew. All right, tell me about Reasons to Stay.
Sorry, I'm getting emotional. So the album or this song?
Either, both. How about both? Since I'm king here.
Yes, absolutely. So I wanted to write an album about my upbringing. And it was very difficult to do because there's been a lot of trauma. It is so easy to write about, relationships in terms of like heartache and heartbreak and being in toxic, blah, 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 blah. But to speak about, raising my younger brother because my parents weren't around, surviving, really scary situations. I had to talk about this with my partner because he was like, how do you feel about this? You know that discussing what happened in your household is going to open up some doors, some that you might not want to enter, but also it will invite conversation, which it absolutely has. So this album is basically about, or the bio says, like, love letters to my family. And it basically discusses just survival and, growth with myself and love just on a different level with your family, I guess.
This must have been very therapeutic for you.
It is. It's still very hard to sing on stage too. Like there's a song about my younger brother and every single time I sing it, I cry. So I don't really like to have it on the set list. And, one thing that I do love about this album is that it has connected me with a lot of people who have had similar situations in their home. So, I'm hoping that it's not like a trauma bond kind of situation where it's like, oh my God, it's very nice to discuss how we've survived with each other and just, encourage and support. And connection is so incredibly important to me.
Okay, and this is your latest offering. Mm-hmm. And the name of the album?
Reasons to Stay.
Reasons to Stay, and that's the title track right there. It's beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I can't believe you have imposter syndrome.
I do.
I'm the one who should have the imposter.
You really should
Actually,
not.
Michael should have the imposter syndrome. Look who he's dating here. Okay, oh my goodness gracious. Okay. Yes, oh goodness. All right, so I'm going to shout out a couple of partners, and then I have a couple more questions, and then I have like a surprise jam I pulled. Okay. Yeah, surprise jam. Okay. You never know. Now let's even see if it's you. At this point, it's like I just hope it's Tanika Charles. Okay. So let me just shout out recyclemyelectronics.ca because Tanika, if you have old electronics, old devices, old cables, I don't want you throwing that in the garbage. Those chemicals end up in our landfill. Mm-hmm. Go to recyclemyelectronics.ca, put in your postal code, and find out where you can drop it off to be properly recycled. That's what you're going to do. Also, I want to give some love to Nick Ienes because he stepped up to help fuel the Real Talk so we could have conversations like this with Tanika Charles. His podcast is called Building Toronto Skyline. He's got another one called Mike and Nick. I'm the Mike in that title. And I'm proud to produce both of them, and I urge people to check them out. So thank you, Nick Ienes from Fusion Corp. Okay. The backup, so Johnny Reed, you mentioned Johnny Reed, you mentioned Bedouin Sound Clash.
Yeah.
Anyone else you want to shout out that you would perform as a backing vocalist for?
Oh my gosh.
Too many to mention.
Like it was just, that was my gig for a while, and I loved it.
Well, what about a lovely lady, Serena Ryder?
Serena Ryder is one of my faves. Fellow Sagittarian, just good people, and a lot of fun.
Okay, I agree with you on all those counts. Okay. Also, I have a question about your, you mentioned the KFC ad, but I also was checking out some of the television shows that might feature music by Tanika Charles.
Yes.
So, one, I'll just name check one because Less Than Kind.
Yep.
The star that's Jesse Camacho.
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay. He came over. He was great. He was actually in a movie directed by Stu Stone. It was fantastic. And Workin' Moms. I watched Workin' Moms on CBC.
Yeah.
Didn't see the show, but I think my mom watches it. Rookie Blue.
Yep.
And of course, Saving Hope. But so I guess I'm wondering.
Kim's Convenience.
So you're on Kim's Convenience?
Yeah.
Okay, I watched Kim's Convenience. That was a good show. Is it at all lucrative? I have no idea how it works in this day and age. Like if you get a song on a show, is that good for the bank account? Be honest, Tanika. This is the home of real talk. Like, does it at least buy you a nice succulent meal?
That's about it. I'm just joking. It
depends how succulent it is.
Right. Like, it's nice. It's really cool when people are watching a TV show and then I get a message like, I think I heard your song. And then it's like, yeah, that's 100%, what you've heard.
That was my song.
That was my song.
I was on Workin' Moms.
Workin' Moms actually has really catapulted listenership. And it's also a really good show.
Yeah.
Kim's Convenience as well.
Yeah.
Is it lucrative? Yeah. Nothing really to write home about, but it's still.
But it gives
cool.
you some additional exposure, maybe.
Yeah.
And you've already had the songs already exist.
Exactly.
It's not like you. Okay, I get it. All right. So I'm going to close with this song, but I want to congratulate you because let me get this right. Okay, you are a recipient. Are you sitting down, Tanika? I'm going to make the big announcement of the 2026 Sirius XM Black Canadian Music Awards. I got a lovely piece of information about how you're being recognized. How does that feel?
I have to say that it is so important and meaningful, and I'm grateful to have received that award because it's really nice to be acknowledged for the work that you've put in. Junos are great.
Right.
Nominees are great. I have to be honest, about 2 weeks prior to receiving that award, I was like, I'm so over this music thing. I'm over it.
Really?
I'm done. I feel like I'm burning the candle at both ends. I'm hustling, and the momentum that we'd had prior to the dark times, it's just not there, or at least it felt like it wasn't there. So when I'd received the email that I was a recipient, it was like I broke down crying because it was just like, I feel seen and I am now being recognized for the work. But then that also led to the conversation like, Tanika, you've done a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so great to, be acknowledged for that. But also like, it doesn't hurt,
And there's at least a little money in this award.
a little. Yeah.
You can buy lots of lasagna
Yes, a
from
lot.
Palma. So, it's a relative term, but
Yeah.
sometimes you win an award and it's like, yeah, you got to pay us for the trophy.
Right. No, this was so welcomed, and shout out to the SOCAN Foundation for even having this award to present.
Yeah, SOCAN Foundation and Sirius XM Canada, they might have cut the check, possibly.
Yep.
Did some investigate who's coughing up this 10K for Tanika Charles here. And that doesn't hurt. So, but I'm blown away by something you just said, because when did Reasons to Stay come out? Like, when did it become
Last
available?
year.
So, yeah, 2025, right? So, and Reasons, so is it just that it's so damn hard in this country to make a living as a musician? Like, unless you're The Weeknd.
Is it hard to make a living? I don't know how to answer that, because there have been years where we were touring and we were so incredibly busy, and I was just working so much that I couldn't even, the funds were coming in. And then there have been years where it was incredibly slow, and I was absolutely considering a different career. But I still wanted to stay in the creative aspect of everything. I just wasn't
Be
sure
an
what
actress.
else. I'm absolutely looking to it, like anything, right? And I've lost my train of thought.
Oh no! Just that it sounds like, what if you don't get this SOCAN Foundation Black Canadian Music Award from Sirius XM? Like, what if you don't get that? Are you pivoting now to a different field in the creative realm?
I'm looking into it, but I feel like I have been revived and rejuvenated because of this award. I'm in the middle of a tour right now as well. So we just finished performing in New Glasgow, Nova Scotia, at the Jubilee. Fantastic venue, such a great crowd. We have our last show in Paris, Ontario for Paris Strings Fest. And I'm very much looking forward to this because everybody talks about this festival.
When is that?
August 15th.
Okay.
Yeah. And, you know, the audience reception has been incredible. So I feel good again. And I'm excited. I'm working on new music. I just did this really exciting production and equity program, mentorship, through SOCAN Foundation, actually. And it has, you know, kind of allowed me to use my brain in a different way musically. Writing and singing, that's the easy part. But to actually create music from scratch, this is what I want to learn. I'm thinking about playing my trombone again. Like, lots of things are changing. So I feel good.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear it because it feels like a sin against nature if you shut it down. Come
That's
on.
a really sweet thing
Come
to
on,
say.
you can't do that. Now, I mean, we talked about the one Juno Award, but you have been nominated 3 times.
Yes.
Right? Okay, no wins yet. What's that about? What do I have to do to make this happen here? Okay.
You know what? Love and light, love and light. Let me just keep it sweet.
What a positive. I'll be the asshole. You need to have a heavy here. Okay, can't just be, you know, good cop, bad cop here. Okay. And, you know, you mentioned you're playing. I was reading you've played all over the world.
I have.
It's amazing.
Yeah, some pretty cool venues as well, like the Mojo Club. That was kind of major. That one is in Germany. Wow, I have such a crazy, terrible memory.
Oh, that's okay. Listen, so you played a lot of cool venues.
Yeah, I played a lot of cool venues.
Have you ever played Strombo's house?
I have.
Oh, wow. I had no idea. No. So, okay. So I have there's road apples right over here. When I was looking for I still should dig up the You know what? I might have to, when I play this, I'm going to get I don't care if everything falls apart here. I'll get the raccoon. The guy who created raccoons came over. He gave me that Cedric. What's his name? Anyway, let me play this, and then I'm going to ask you about it, okay? Because Strombo's been on the show. I remember when he did the, I think it was 50, like the 50 hip covers, and this is Tanika Charles, everybody. I'm going to play it, and I'm going to get my Digital Underground album. Hold on here.
It's the Strombo Show on Radio 2. We're celebrating the tragical hip. Next is Tanika Charles. We've already started.
Well, I think that there's a problem here. I totally messed up the words. So let's do it again.
All right, go for it. Here we go. Tanika Charles on the Strombo Show, Radio 2.
Well, I think that there's a problem here. Her voice just don't sound right. Left myself on the answering machine. Said I'd be back tonight. Feels I stepped out of the wilderness, all squint-eyed and confused. But even babies raised by wolves know exactly when they've been used. See, when it starts to fall apart, that it really falls apart. Like boots or hearts, so when they start, they really fall apart. Said now they fall apart.
Boots or Hearts?
Hey.
From Up to Here?
Yeah.
First hip album I ever bought. Okay. So how did you get, like, you just got invited? How did it end up that you got to play Strombo's house and be one of the 50 hip covers?
No idea. Can't remember. I can't remember.
Okay, and not to bury the lead. Okay, so I love it. Boots or Hearts.
It was a really good time, though.
Okay, you remember that. Okay, you remember the good times. I think that's from The Sopranos. Remember the good times, right? Okay. Now I'm going to play Don't Stop Believing by Journey. Okay, so what I have in my hand here, Tanika Charles, maybe you got to hold this up with a photo. I don't know. But this is my 12-inch. I think it was 1990 when I bought this. On Yonge, near Wellesley. And Do What You Like and Packet Man. It's got the remixes, Digital Underground. There you go.
I'm really impressed with you right now.
Are you?
I mean, I've been listening to your podcast and it's amazing, but this takes the cake.
Whoa.
I am so stoked that you have this album. My gosh. Wow.
Mind blow here.
Oh, I got to take that with you. Like, come on.
Yeah, you listen.
Yeah.
I'll have to hunt you down and get that back at some point. Oh yeah, let's.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll do it outside proper.
Okay.
But Boots or Hearts, and I love how you told me moments ago you don't have a great memory, and then I hear you can't remember how Boots or Hearts starts. You got to give it a second go. You know. Probably the most country song I think the Hip ever recorded. Probably Boots or Hearts. But amazing. And how was this experience for you? Is there anything else that you wanted to share with everybody that you didn't get an opportunity to share?
I mean, I do have something, but I have to tell you off screen.
Oh, it's secret.
Yeah, it's a secret.
Okay, well.
No, that was a really great time, and George is so cool. And it's really nice to like occasionally see him in the wild, and he's like, "Hey, Tanika."
Is he here much? I feel like this guy, because he's got no kids. He's just sort of like jumps on a motorcycle and goes to like California.
What a life!
Yeah, like he's living this. I'm like, oh, I could live like. I mean, there's pros and cons to it. I don't want to like the grass is always greener, but it's like like he just sort of does what he wants to do.
Yeah, it's great. I don't have kids either.
Can you just do what you want to do?
Yeah. Well,
what's that like?
I have a cat. So we have a cat, and it's so that's the thing, but it's great.
I think the idea, like, so here you are in this little tiny little. I had to, you got this. Is that a bun? What's going on there? Like,
it's my little bun.
So
yes.
I said, okay, good, because when you leap up when we're done, it's going to protect you because it's a little thing. So I'm in this little whatever little part of the house is left to have a little studio or whatever. But now it's like, there's like a Strombo's house, and people like Tanika Charles drop by and like sing like. This guy's got it going on.
Yeah.
Like, I got to be like Strombo over here.
I think you're on your way, if not already there.
I don't have a motorcycle. I can't get to California, but I do have a bicycle, and I could probably get to, Oakville. Well, Parkdale for sure. I'm gonna have to find out if those lyrics from the Parkdale song are still there. Tanika Charles, you're now an FOTM, a friend of Toronto Mike.
Oh, what an honor.
It's better than a Juno. It's better than a Polaris Music Prize.
Hands down.
Oh, did I mention you're shortlisted to be a FOTM? No, just kidding.
Okay. Oh.
You're an FOTM. Okay. Amazing. And I feel Shad got a bad rap on Q because I thought he was good, and then he didn't last very long.
Right. I agree. Yeah. It's unfortunate.
We agree on this one. Okay.
100%.
So, you know who I always think is good? When no disrespect to the wonderful Tom Power, but when he takes a vacation, Garvia Bailey fills in. I think Garvia Bailey is the best host of Q.
Garvia Bailey is just the best person of life. And I have had the absolute pleasure of sitting down with her on a different, I don't know if I'm allowed to say who, but
now I'm paying attention.
I think it's a different podcast, so
I don't care.
Yeah?
Like, there's a million podcasts.
Yeah. Okay. I think it was Jazz FM.
Yeah, she used to be on Jazz FM. Yeah.
Yes, and so that was really exciting. We did a little live show, and it's just there are people that you connect with when you're interviewing with them, right? And you're comfortable, and that's you.
Well, that's Garvia Bailey
and Garvia
for sure. Garvia Bailey
and Shad.
And they're both great guests, but Garvia is great, and she's named after Marcus Garvey.
Has she been on this show?
Yep. She's been there in the seat there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Well, you're fantastic.
I didn't know.
You're fantastic.
Thank you so much, as are you.
I trust you. I think you're right about that. Okay. And that brings us to the end of our 1943rd show, 1943. Go to torontomike.com for all your Toronto Mike needs. So where do people go to find out where they can see Tanika Charles live?
TanikaCharles.com. Everything you need is there. Everything you want online is Tanika Charles.
TanikaCharles.com.
Mm-hmm.
And much love to all who made this possible. That is Great Lakes Brewery.
Yay!
You got your beer? Okay. Palma Pasta. Don't leave without your lasagna.
Hey.
Toronto Maple Leafs Baseball. You got your book.
Woo.
Nick Ianni's. Nick, we don't have anything to give out from you. Why don't you give me something to give a guest? Come on, Nick. RecycleMyElectronics.ca, and of course, Ridley Funeral Home. You have your measuring tape. Their podcast is called Life's Undertaking, and we're recording a new episode tomorrow. So this is interesting. I'm recording in an hour. So in 1 hour, Andrew Cregan who was an original member of Bare Naked Ladies, and then after the second full-length album, he just left the band to go to McGill, and like he had a very serious interest in music, and he was studying music at McGill. So he leaves Bare Naked Ladies. His brother's still in Bare Naked Ladies, so his brother's Jim Cregan. He's Andy Cregan. He's going to drop by in 1 hour. That'll be episode 1944, and I'll see everybody then.